Hey y'all, it's Raven Moon. I hope everybody's well. So, I'm here today. Oh God, I fought doing this, and I can't even sleep. So I'm up in the middle of the night, making a video because it's what Spirit led me to do, and it's been quite an amazing journey. But aside from that, I have been dealing with some things myself, and I think a lot of times us as human beings, we think that we're the only ones that are entertaining certain energies at any given moment, right? And it's easy to forget that we are a collective, and we're moving really, really quickly into even more of a interconnected unity consciousness frame of mind and frame of being. So, I know personally for myself, definitely this past month, the past couple weeks have been pretty intense, but for me, for sure, a month and a half or so. Maybe for some of you, it's been longer or whatever, but there's just been a very heavy, dark night of the soul. Maybe for some, it feels like a spectrum, okay? Like that was how I was explained. It was explained to me anyway. It was as like a spectrum as far as the consciousness goes, and it's just depending on where you're at in your life and like what it is you're here to learn, and all of those different things that we all kind of understand, right? Well, so for some of us, it may be like a dark night of the soul feeling, and what I was gonna say earlier is, but not as like, some dark nights of the soul where you are broken down to pieces in this journey of finding your authenticity, of walking a spiritual path, of finding what it is that you're passionate about and pursuing that and learning about that, and connecting more with your divine side. That's this isn't an easy journey, right? So I felt like, okay, well, if I'm feeling like this, it's very possible that there are other people feeling like this. And I've even been physically unwell, emotionally. It has been super, super just heavy with, heavy, where, I've just kind of tried to, just make each day as best as I could, but, it's tough, and this is hard to talk about, but this is exactly the things that we should be talking about, right? If there are ways to help and ways to uplift one another, then I find that's what we should be doing, right? So I decide, okay, well, and I'm not going to take all the credit. My guides were very much surrounding, and my angels are angels. Very much a lot of angelic assistance. Was even told angelic assistance. But, in my meditating and everything beforehand, basically the messages, and while I was like going through and shuffling, because I've, a lot of times I will pre-shuffle, and then I'll shuffle again on camera, just because, I want you to understand that I'm not staging any of this. But so as I'm pre-shuffling, I'm understanding, that it's the the spirit, my guides were explaining to me how basically right now, which I think we all kind of understand this, we are just in a place where we are healing. We need to give ourselves some love or care or nurture of some sort. Something needs attention, and each and every one of you is going to be possibly something totally different, maybe not, but you are the one that knows what that is. And whatever that is, like, it's like, you know, for some it feels like, you know, something that's been like maybe like, you know, swept under the rug or something for so long, you know, because, you know, we're busy, we do have lives, but, you know, and then I know as women we want to take on, and I mean, and nothing against men, there are men that are exactly natured the same way, but it tends to be because of societal's conditioning and upbringing that women inevitably evolve into these, like, emotionally, you know, we're supposed to be these, like, you know, carry, but we were also taught to feel. So we carry and feel, and then nurture, take care, because, I mean, you know, that's a part of our nature, that we end up forgetting to nurture ourselves and take care of ourselves. So I'm getting that there are, like, well, obviously for everyone in the collective, self-love is always a beneficial go to, you know, come back to point, you know, 0 point. Gratitude, self-love, confidence, because that's, you know, what we have to do. I took a picture of, actually, of 2 cards out of one of the new decks that I have, because it was like everything that I have been getting, shuffling all these different decks, right? And it was the same. I mean, it was like in 2 cards just simply said, like, boom, the same thing. So basically, the information that they were giving me, guys, so I'll get to the point more now, and then we'll draw some cards, is that we do need to find ways of self-care and self-reflection, because it is being divinely guided right now. Some of the things that are really, really triggering us and really, really stressing us are divinely guided, and just know that, I mean, like, something I have to keep saying to myself is, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. I mean, as being as mindful as possible, and then definitely, like, remembering that cycles are completing. There are tough energies in that, but it all comes down to our, like, levels of vibration, our mind frame. And I know that it's hard, like, especially when you're down in it, I know that it's really, really hard to try to, like, even go about your day and be as close to your authentic self as possible, because you feel like you are supposed to be happy, or, like, if you don't show that, because maybe you're naturally, like, as light workers, we are naturally positive people, I believe, you know, I mean, we definitely have, you know, dark sides as well, but anyway, okay, so right now is a time for self-care, for self-love, for us to pause, whatever that is, whatever that means to you. Like, that's another lesson that they were explaining to me that we need to think about, is, what does that mean to you? We need to ask yourself that. We need to ask ourselves, what does self-care mean to me? What is that? And how can I've got the word focus like 1,000 bazillion times today, and I'm not even kidding. And you know, like, so focus is an extreme energy. If I could think of, like, similar words, I mean, determination, strength, you know, but focus itself, whatever that means, and that may mean something even more personal to somebody too. But anyway, focusing in and finding out what that is, what that self-care is, and it not just remaining in your mind, but it also following through and becoming a part of your daily life, an action. It does not have to be this long, drawn out thing, okay? Like, you know, bear with me. I mean, bear with me, really, though. Think about it. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out thing. I know we're all very busy, and I know that, like, I would rather sleep 10 extra minutes in the morning than wake up and write, or or wake up and meditate, or wake up and set my intentions immediately. Like, there are so many other things that I let start to take over my mind just from the moment that my feet hit the floor. And it's like, you know, I'm in this battle, this spiritual battle inside of myself, let's say too, also, and I'm having to like fight from every direction, and there's one of me, you know. Anyway, I know you guys get what I'm saying, but so definitely they were definitely highlighting extremely the transformation that's going on right now, that self-care is very important, that, you know, surrendering, being able to surrender in to just knowing what it is and having clear intent on what it is that you're manifesting, that you are, the path that you are walking, knowing what that is and being clear on that. And even then, not worrying if you are not clear on exact details, but knowing in a sense what it is that you are going towards, because that's something that came later. They you know, showed me a really like extremely detailed understanding of, like, you know, maybe someone being in, like, whenever we get in our minds and we debate, like, is this what I should do, or is this what I should do, or should I do, you know, okay, well, if I made this decision in my life, where would my life go? How do you think it would end up? If I had made this decision, then, like, well, okay, how do I think that it, you know, and, like, we do that in our heads, right? Which is insanity in itself, come on, right? But, I mean, of course we have to use intellect along this journey and discernment, but back to the point, that, like, maybe sometimes we get way too lost in, you know, in those details. And I mean, they say, like, the devil's in the details, right? So sometimes it's just got to be simplified down, which is why I took that picture, because it cracked me up. Because it was there, it's what they were saying is hey guys, like, we've got you. There is divine timing at work. There is transformation happening. You've just got to, you know, ground. That was another big thing. Grounding. So meditation, grounding. These are all things that I got. I'm saying all this, but, like, I might as well just go ahead and draw cards too. But I wanted to give you information that they had passed over to me throughout. So let's see what it is that, while we are here, that they would like to say. So if anybody wants to, like, call in their own energies, their own guides, mine are definitely here. I will hit the singing bowl for you guys. Oh, that was so quiet. You know, and I'm going to leave it at that, because, you know, I felt embarrassed at first, and then I thought, no, it's okay, you know, because everything is as good like it is, right? That there was nothing wrong with that, other than it was low, it was hard to hear, the vibration was not big. But, you know, maybe that is an example that, you know, we need to be softer with ourselves. Maybe that is an example that some of us feel so drained and so, you know, depleted, that's as loud as we could, like, you know, muster a noise to come. So everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to, and trusting in the universe, guys. We gotta, so right now, what are some messages? Divine and loving angels, divine and loving spirit, God, what are some messages that you can pass through of inspiration and love right now to the collective who are struggling, who are going through, like, this has been a pretty you know, quick moving like leveling up or something that I don't know. It's been a lot for me personally, so I don't know. I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one, but I do know. I mean, cycles are coming to an end. Obviously, there's always constant cycles, like with the different things, and like trying, different things about loving yourself and bringing those things into action. One of the messages that I was prompted to ask you guys was, oh, I forgot it, so I guess I wasn't supposed to ask it after all. Okay, Andromedan Stargate. Sorry, the light. I want to be able to let you guys see it without. It says, invention, innovation, scientific pursuits. Okay, this is a very logical. This is a very logical. Innovation, bringing in the new. Okay, what do we got on the bottom? We've got heartwave resonator, ecstasy, rapture, flux, amplification. So energy, like that quick paced energy. But invention, so I mean, just okay, I think this might be the manifestation energy that I have been picking up on lately. Yeah, I mean, and then with heartwave resonator, we've got the, go-go juice basically to pump this creativity out. So there's going to be a point in which that's already beginning now. I mean, because time is just what, a construct? Is that what they say? Blah. It's blah blah. But yeah, I don't know. So just these energies together are pretty interesting. All right, let's keep going. There's so much that our guides and that our spirits have to say. Okay, let's start with the angel cards. That's where I began when I was shuffling too. So, all right, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Angels of protection and love. What is it? Now that we are talking to the collective, what is it that we are going to show? What do I want them to know? Yeah, do the work. That's, I mean, that, and I may not have said that out loud, but yeah, do the work was the message. Like, there's all this transformation, there's all this stuff happening, and I think that, the work was, part of the work is loving yourself. But yeah, do the work. I wish I would have said it. That's so funny. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we've got honesty and communication. Okay, so that's about being honest with yourself about what the work is that you need to be doing, alongside that, the self-care work that needs to be happening. There's a lot of, like, the colors in here are beautiful. I mean, like, there's a lot of manifestation. There's a lot of manifestation. There's a lot of, the, like, pineal and crown color going on here, and then a lot of, like, creative color over here, but then they're still mixed in orange as well over here. It's very beautiful. These are such beautiful cards. And then, of course, there's the outline of purple. I don't know. But, yes, do the work. Do the work and be honest and communicate with yourself and with others. That will raise your vibration. That will get you in the right direction, right? Okay. All right. We're going to go to the Ancestor Deck. These are still a little stiff. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. What else are we going to unfold? What else would you like to unfold to them as they have unfolded to me in this beautiful, beautiful way? So we know that we need to do the work. There's different things that need to be shed. There's different things that need to be healed. There's, you know, heartbreak. There's traumas. There's all kinds of things, guys. There's always healing that can be done, right? Always growing, always healing. But this is a big one right now. This is a big one right now. That's why we're doing a reading. So do the work is very important. That's a card that I pulled also, and saw from shuffling earlier. So be brave and honest, and then enjoy growth. So like, that's the thing. There's this accelerated energy that's here now and is going to continue for a while. So the rewards are coming. Like the end of this heaviness, the end of this cocooning type of energy feeling. As long as you do the work, as long as we do incorporate self-care and make it an actual action instead of a thought, right? Then we have rewards. We have total, all this card is creativity and fruition, you know? The harvest and the seed. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what cards. What do we have? Let me go one more time. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. So, you know, there may be some of you that are really doubting something about yourself, and trust is either a part of the healing or, you know, something you need to have. But trust yourself in changing times, because change is coming. So not only trust yourself, but, you know, I think it's speaking of also like trust your higher self. Trust your connection with divine. Trust that part of yourself, you know? You're wiser than you realize. You really are. We all are. Where am I? I don't time. Am I okay? All right. I want to get some I want to ask, what is the best animal totem energy to use in this journey of transformation, of doing the work, you know, being brave, still being able to be clever, you know, bringing and like wrapping up the rest of this heavy energy, raising that vibration. What animal essence can we most profoundly benefit from? I saw the spider web and like that that connective energy, like knowing that, and it's upside down, but oh no, it's not, okay. Knowing that, like, spiders are often, like, people freak out, right? But, I don't know, they're amazing. They make these beautifully intricate webs, and they're amazing hunters. But, it's just the resiliency. It's the... And then it's also the, like, going with the flow, going with the energy, being in the present, being in the now, working hard, doing the work. So, this is definitely, you know, the energy that will help. Like, so look up, if you don't know, look up spider, you know, spider medicine, and see what it says about it, and see what pops out to you, because those will be energies that you can work with right now to help raise the vibration, to help ease the load, along with, you know, meditations. What were one of the things offered, you know, from my guides directly in was meditation, grounding, and also a couple of different times the violet flame actually came up 2 or 3 different times. So you know, I yeah, so I decided to say it. Like, I try to stop second guessing myself because it's ridiculous. So that spider energy, yes. Knowing when to be still, knowing when to move, but mostly understanding the interconnectedness of everything and being able to balance in the center and adapt. And also, you know, feeling and knowing, like, that you are connected. Like, there is a huge ripple effect. There is a huge, we are connected to everything. Think about just what's outside of the room you're in, or what's outside of your house, like the grass. Think about it. Like, whenever you think about it, you can feel it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you can feel it in a certain sense. So that's the connection. That's the connection that is being talked about. That's just a simple way of putting it. Okay. All right, we've got success. And see, that was another thing, is that you know, victory was on its way. Victory was coming. It says, today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up for you, and unexpected gifts fall into your lap. So, yeah, and then, oh, I like that. And then underneath it says, if you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. All right, so that goes back to knowing what it is that your intentions are right now. What are your intentions as far as, you know, what do you want? What do you want? What are we asking for? And then here are the new cards, guys. It's an astrology deck, and it has like the houses, the planets, the signs, I don't know, I guess like the adjustment, like, I don't know, things like sextile, conjunction, trine, those words, those meanings. And then like they have the cardinal, fixed, mutable, and, you know, but like all of it, like so many different I guess details, layers to learn. These cards are so incredibly beautiful too. But I was wanting to learn some more about astrology, and so I got them, and I just have finally opened them, and they're great. They're beautiful cards, and they're gonna help learn a lot. So let's just see what kind of energy it is that is the most beneficial to know right now in the transition of this heavier energy, where the shedding and the healing is happening as we emerge out of the chrysalis into the fresh new. Because what I was explaining earlier too, that they were telling me, is like all paths lead to the same direction. Like all paths lead to the same place. It's just what it is we learn on the way there, depending on the choices we make. Oh, and alarm going off. Okay. Earth. Yeah, here's the grounding. Oh, and then okay, persistence, patience, and practicality. So, you know, putting those ideas to practical use, you know, and thinking about things spiritually, but also practically, understanding that, you know, you do have to, at some point, know when it's okay to say, I need this for myself, or I need that for myself, and actually do what it takes to put the work in, so that you can, you know, be honest about who you are, so that you can be courageous, and be adjustable in the times like right now that are moving, and still be able to do your light work, because it's hard, isn't it? You know, on the bottom we've got the sun, self-express and embody truth, right? So persistence, patience, practicality, the you know, the do the work, do the work. Underneath that, underneath do the work and honesty and communication was strength and guidance, earth and ground. See? How funny. I don't think you can make it up. And then, I believe the one under that is like spiritual awakening. Or, nope, spiritual growth. Yes, see? So the awards are coming in, you know, like just stay composed. Keep yourself on the path that you're going. Keep action about it. Like, I guess to make it simple, I should just say what I got from meditating earlier and still see within this reading is know what your intentions are right now as this is wrapping up. Know if you have done the work, and if you haven't, then, you know, get to it. You still got time. Understand the connection that you have with all people and all things. Look into the spider medicine and see what resonates with you. Ground, meditate. Some of you may, some of you may already do this, but this is for those who don't. If you do already do it, then think of something else, something that's different. You know, it doesn't have to be like complex. Just something that is like affirmations, something that's for you, that's love, that's special, right? Be honest with yourself. Change is coming. Innovation, scientific pursuits, and invention. The fruit of our labor will manifest. So there's still time. But you're gonna make it through this just fine. Of course, I mean we rarely fall hard on our face. But I think it's just important to remember. Let's leave the sun out. It's just important to remember that that sometimes when it does get so dark, so heavy, that the sun ever does come back out, sometimes it's easy to forget that, you know? For me it is. The sun is the brightest and the most radiant card in the deck because it represents the truth, the embodiment of like the divine. It's what gives life. It's what shines and reveals, sustains, and connects. But put it to action. Self-express, persistence, patience, practicality, because we've got the heart and the earth here with earth. But anyway, guys, there's so much light and love. I've got a little candle, green candle over here that I've wrote like heal on, and I've drawn a couple little things and made a little line that says like keep growing. I'm gonna let it burn until it burns out, because that's my intention that I set whenever I lit it. So there's a lot of healing going on. Underneath the sun is Scorpio. We all know about Scorpio, right? Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. And that's what we've been doing. It's exactly what we've been doing. So it's coming to an end. Just hang in there. Just hang in there. Be compassionate with yourself. Love yourself. And that's the most important thing right now. Lots of light and love.